before you do anything else, and before I get into the meat of this video, I want you to go on and subscribe to this channel. Do it right now. I'm going to wait. So now that you've subscribed, there is a button that has a bell. Click on that bell, because when I go live or when I do another video, you will know, and you will get notice that I have did a video, and you will be, of course, invited to watch whenever you want to watch it. So make sure you click on that bell, and definitely make sure you subscribe. I would love to have you join me in future videos. Hi, so in today's video, we're going to be talking about why you should reinvent yourself after 40. Today, I want to inspire you. I want to inspire you to stop overthinking about reinventing yourself and just do it. One of the things I find with a lot of women is that we get stuck in this sort of a thought process. Should I? Shouldn't I? Let me think it over. And I even notice the same thing when I work with my clients and I'm on a phone call with them, maybe a consult, this is my initial Chic Women Don't Diet phone call with them, and there's, I need to think about it. Well, we tend to get stuck in this let me think about it. We get stuck in this indecision of moving forward, and if we don't move forward, that can hinder us and push us backwards. So some of the thought process that we really get stuck into is, should I change my look? Do I want to invest in self-care? Do I want to invest in self-development? Do I want to invest in a self-development program? Can I invest in a mentor? Can I really invest in a coach? Even though you're looking at one, or you're even thinking about one, because you want to up-level yourself, you want to improve yourself, you want to be you want to be better, you want to better yourself, but you just don't know how. So your thought is, okay, maybe if I get someone that will help me, then that would be a lot better. But a lot of times, if you don't reach out and do it, just do it. It's one or two things. One of my mentors, she says, you either get on the bus or you get off the bus. There's no in between. If you're going to get on the bus, then get on the bus and just stay on the bus. And whatever happens on the bus when you're on the bus, it happens, because that's what happens when you're on a bus. If you want to get off the bus, then get off the bus. Sorry. That was just hilarious for me. Put it together. But if you choose to get off the bus, then get off the bus. And maybe nothing will happen for you. Maybe nothing will happen for you. You'll go home and call it a day. So whatever you do, you have to make a decision. When you don't make a decision in life, you do nothing. And I have been there in so many times in my life where I was stuck. And I only found myself stuck because there was this quality I used to have about myself before I worked with coaches and mentors and high level mentors. I used to want to do something, but then I didn't do it. And I would feel this sort of I would freeze because I was afraid. So my fear would make me freeze. And a lot of times, maybe you've been having that emotion yourself where you want to do something, you want to maybe invest in something, but you've frozen. You're just stuck because you're not sure exactly what to do, because you don't want to make the wrong decision, because to you, making a decision may lead to the wrong decision, and you don't want to do that. You don't want to have any regrets in life. And it's okay. It's really okay to have regrets in life. I have several. When I was 18, I was going to, move to France and parler français avec tu les françaises. Mais I didn't do that. I was afraid. And that's my regret in life. There were I was going to do certain investments early on, and I didn't because I was afraid. And I didn't. And that fear, it sort of crippled me at the time. There were certain things about my business that I wanted to do early on, but I didn't because I was too afraid. I was afraid of the unknown. I was afraid of stepping out of my comfort zone. And that fear, it cripples you. If you don't get over your fear, it will literally cripple you. So you have to get beyond that fear, get over that fear. So one thing about overthinking is that it leads to a sort of a analysis paralysis, When you have fear, it literally does cripple you in so many different ways, and you don't even realize how far reaching it can be by not making decisions in certain areas of your life. It can hinder other decisions in life that could be good for you, but you're stopping yourself from experiencing something better. You're stopping yourself from experiencing something more beautiful. You're stopping yourself just for having an experience at all, a new experience. And I want you to stop. I want you to really stop that. I want you to open yourself up to something new. I want you to open yourself up to something different. I remember once upon a time, I asked a, let me think about this for a minute. But I asked a mentor of mine. She didn't really notice she was my mentor, but she was really my mentor because I watched her all the time. And I wasn't at the stage in my business just yet where she was. So I wasn't that confident, I suppose you can say. I wasn't that confident to do certain things in my business. So I played it safe a lot. And I reached out to her on LinkedIn. She had a post. And the post, I was just so inspired by her. Because she was basically me. She was a holistic health practitioner. She was a chef. She talked a lot about things that happen with physiology and anatomy, but she had a slightly different niche than I do. But she was a chef and she was a wellness and weight loss coach. So I was really impressed about that because that's exactly what I am and that's what I do. But her niche was different. So, but at that time, I wasn't at the stage of committing myself 100% to my business and taking certain leaps and bounds. And I reached out to her and I said, when I grow up, I want to be you. And she said to me in a response back, and this was through a private email text that we had going on. She sent the message back to me and she says, well, if you be me, then who's going to be you? You're the only person that can be you. And I thought that was so profound. And I carry that with me to this day. No matter what I do, I have to be me. I can be no one else but me. So I want to challenge you. Be yourself. Do whatever it takes to be you and be better. So whoever you are, if you are inspiring for something, if you want to reinvent yourself, and that can mean so many different things for so many different women. The 40s is a time when you are very self-assured. And I remember a friend of mine, she said to me, actually she wasn't saying it to me, but I was in a conversation with her saying it to someone else. She said to another person at the time who was over 50. At the time I wasn't over 50, I was probably about 40 in my 40s. And she said, if you don't have it together by the time you're 50, you will never have it together. You just won't have it together. And I thought to myself, what is it that I need to do now in my 40s to make sure that I have it together before I reach her age, which was like 50, 53, 54-ish, something like that. So in your 40s, you are getting to know yourself. You're getting to know and understand what it is that you like, what it is that you don't like, who is it that you want to be, how do you want to live, how do you want to nourish yourself, what is it that you think, what are your values, what is important to you. So those are all your discoveries in your 40s. Where do you want to live? Where do you want to grow old at? What is it that you want in life? You start to contemplate that more at the age of 40. So then by the time you're in your 50s, then you feel that I have a grasp on a lot of things. I am the woman who I've been wanting to be right now. What you do in your 40s or your 50s, you may not do again. And you may not do, let's say if you were in your 20s, you would do something completely different. And that's what makes over 40 so magnificent, is that you are your own person right now. You are someone different. You are someone much more interesting than you were in your 20s and your 30s. That confidence, it comes from being a middle-aged woman. And as a middle-aged woman, I can let you know, before I made the leap to reinventing myself And I've made a huge reinvention of myself. My first time reinventing myself was back in 2006. And when I first reinvented myself, I was working at FedEx. And I worked at FedEx for 18 years. That was the longest time I've ever worked for anyone. I worked there for 18 years, and I thought to myself, either you're going to stay here and grow old here, or you're going to leave. That was going to be my exit. As they were merging and growing, I wanted to grow myself. And I realized that I could not keep growing someone else's company without growing my own. So that's when I took the dive into entrepreneurship, and I just started my own business. But of course I had to invest. I've never been one of those people who just have this idea and just grow from there. There were things that I loved. I loved educating women about living a healthy lifestyle. I love teaching my clients how to cook better. I love to introduce women to the flavors of the Mediterranean and to bring that home to themselves. I enjoy helping women who want to lose weight, who want to look good and feel good in their clothes and their skin again, and they're just having a hard time doing it, but in a very holistic way. So I knew that I needed that. I knew that I wanted that. I enjoy that, but I needed to invest in order to show myself that you need to invest in yourself, because one day people are going to be investing in you. So that was my reinvention. And ever since then, I've never looked back. I love what I do. I love working with women all over the world, and not just here in the United States. I've worked with women in the UK. I've worked with women on the East Coast. I'm in Chicago. One of my subscribers just recently said to me, I didn't know you were in Chicago. I thought you were in Dallas. I don't know, maybe I just never talked about it. And so that's part of my reinvention here in this platform, on this YouTube platform, is to share more about me, to open myself up a little bit more. I'm a very private person, so I've always been very cautious of that. But I feel if you're following me and you want to create that that kinship, that getting to know me factor, you have to get to know me on my level, and I want to share some more things about me. So let's get back to this video, because I really want to talk about reinventing you. I've reinvented myself 1,000 times over. I've worked with coaches. I work with the confidence coach. I work with the marketing coach. I work with all these different coaches. So let's talk about you. What is it that you want? What do you need? And how can I support you? How can I help you? I want you to drop a comment below this video and let me know, what is it that you want to hear from me? What is it that you want me to include in my videos that will help you to not only help you on the internal level, but also on the external level. And before you start to reinvent yourself on the external level, you have to start within. You have to start with who you are. You have to start with feeling more comfortable inside of yourself before you can start to manifest that confidence on the outside. So if that's something that you struggle with, I'm going to leave a link below this video so you can reach out to me and schedule an appointment on my calendar, and I would love to talk to you. I would love to see exactly where you're at, where you're going through, what are you doing, and if I can help, we will move forward together. So until our next time, stay beautiful and healthy. This is a quote from Mark Victor Hansen, and I just want to read what he said, and I just love this so much. It says, "Don't wait until everything is just right. It will never be perfect. There will always be challenges, obstacles, and less than perfect conditions. So what? Get started now. With each step you take, you will grow stronger and stronger, more and more skilled, more and more self-confidence, and more successful." So I hope you like that. I love it, and I don't even remember how long I've had this, but I've had it for a while, and I just keep it because it was such an inspiration for me. So So if you enjoyed this video, then make sure that you subscribe to this channel and also leave a comment. Subscribe to this channel and leave a comment. And don't forget to like this, but don't forget to click on the bell, because as soon as I upload a video, you will know when I have uploaded one. So if you like this video,